What's up guys, welcome back to another video. So in today's video we got some pretty bad news, but also this is going to be a channel update. This is the channel update I promised you guys would be coming up once my move got a little bit closer and stuff like that, so I can give you guys a timeline of what's going to be going on, especially with content now that we are officially leaving .lol once again. So anyways, if you guys enjoyed today's video, don't forget to drop a like and sub. Here's our YouTube comment shout out. Let's go ahead and get into it, guys. Alrighty guys, so the first thing I want to get into, guys, is just getting into the actual my channel update news specifically. So I want to get into my channel, so if you guys want to skip this part you guys can, and just scroll ahead of time if you guys want to the point where I start talking about what happened with the 1CL project and stuff like that. You guys can go ahead and skip all the way to the end over there. But yeah, long story short, guys, we're going to be switching up the channel content on over to games like Fortnite and Overwatch and pretty much a bunch of other games and stuff like that. We're also going to be doing react videos a lot more and focusing on the podcast. That's going to be something that's going to be pretty huge. Tomorrow we're actually going to be live reacting on our podcast. Or sorry, not tomorrow, it's going to be later today for the presidential debate. So if you guys want to go ahead and stop by off stream for that, or on stream for that, you guys most definitely can. I'll be streaming it and stuff like that. But long story short, guys, 1v1.lol is just not viable, and I'll talk about that in the second part of the video. But yeah guys, if you guys have any suggestions or anything like that for anything that you guys want me to play or anything like that, I'm open to suggestions. I mean, we just need to find our new niche, because .lol is just not in a great place right now. As a whole, like when it comes to the community, when it comes to the game, when it comes to just activity, like everything is pretty much going wrong with that. So anyways, we're gonna go ahead and get into the second half where we talk about everything that kind of just went wrong with the 1CL server. So here we go. Alrighty guys, so also if I sound tired, I'm currently recording this at like 5 a.m. my time. It's been a very early morning, so pretty hectic morning. But long story short, guys, it's just not looking great 1CL. Both me and Kiez actually came into a mutual agreement on this. This wasn't just something that I decided to do myself. This is something we all decided pretty much as the leftover staff that we had left over. So originally we started off with pretty much 10 staff members. We had some internal issues where some staff members weren't working well together and stuff like that. We did work it out to start, and it was going super well. A lot of things were being promised from current staff that eventually would not be met. There was also a lot of things that was done by staff that, you know, wasn't really favorable. We worked out some of the kinks, and things were still running somewhat well. We were extending some deadlines and stuff like that. So, you know, the bot, as far as I'm concerned, there was a bot, and we did test a bot. However, the bot was never completed in its entirety. I believe only aspects of it were completed. They wanted to release the bot all at once, and unfortunately when one of our staff members that was working on it, or working on the clan bot, got kicked out for bad behavior and stuff like that, unfortunately that bot was never completed, so we had to start from scratch on that. And then our main developer at the time wasn't able to keep up with it. I'm sure they had other work or something like that. I'm not going to sit here and bash them. It's all in the past now, guys. Honestly, you guys shouldn't be going into their DMs and blaming them or anything like that either. I'm not trying to play to the blame game. I'm just trying to give you guys some insight on what was going on behind the scenes and why things didn't really work out. And kind of why it was a little inactive for like that first test week and stuff like that we did. Because of the main issues that were going on behind the scenes. We wanted to be active, just a lot of things were holding back the server from being super active. But then once we started getting active, this is leading into the Nets issue where it was just completely inactive. I straight up was getting people, like, originally it was perfectly fine with the inactivity and stuff like that because we knew school started back up, and we expected it to be slower than usual. But it just really honestly died, especially with the game update being a copy and paste battle pass. A lot of new gen people all left the game, so then all those newer players that we had just gotten all left, and there was no new players coming in because all they were seeing was just a copy and paste battle pass. So and all the people giving bad reviews about the game and stuff like that. So unfortunately, that's just kind of how it went down. And there's actually a few people who actually were straight up just saying that they weren't going to be playing open cups, and just saying that they were just going to be focusing on playing cash cups only. And I think it's pretty wild to say something like that, considering a lot of staff put a lot of energy, a lot of time, a lot of work into, you know, the actual server itself to provide all these cups and stuff like that, so people can, you know, make videos, people can start up with their content, stuff like that, people can get better at competitive, people, you know, can participate in cups so they can earn their way into cash cups and stuff like that. Also, I still don't know why people would say that when we literally had to make a requirement for people to play in open cups for them to participate in cash cups. They would have just shown it to the cash cup and not have been able to participate, as we have announced in our server, or as we did announce in our server before. So I don't know what was going to go on with that. They were just going to pretty much kill the activity themselves because they weren't even paying attention to the announcements. We had a lot of people complaining about certain things that they said we weren't adding, but we had added them. A lot of things that people were saying that you know, we weren't active during the correct times. Then I try to go and host at certain times. I was literally like destroying my sleep schedule just so I could host for you guys at like 3 a.m. my time. I literally woke up at like 3:10 this morning, and I was like fully awake at the time, and I got up and, you know, I decided to host because I thought, you know, for EU and a lot of people who are in EU, they would maybe appreciate the fact that somebody was waking up at 3 a.m. their time to go ahead and host and stuff like that. But unfortunately, this is leading into the last thing that kind of killed everything. The toxicity in the community. So unfortunately, we had a lot of players who were blacklisted over cheats and stuff like that, and a lot of people who didn't agree with our blacklist, saying that a full season ban is crazy and stuff like that. But the truth is, guys, if you don't like show that you're willing to ban them for a long time, they're just gonna walk all over you. They're just gonna continue to pretend like it's perfectly fine and that there's no issues, and oh, you won't really get in that much trouble over it, it's not that big of a deal. So you really have to treat it like it's the end of the world when it comes to stuff like that. Otherwise, you know, they're just going to do it over and over again. You have to give them a, you know, a solid slap on the wrist and stuff like that. And this is advice I give for any other future comp servers that pop up. Just make sure you guys don't have to do a full season ban. Obviously, it's fully up to you guys, but just make sure you guys are doing the right thing and making sure that you guys are making it as cheap free as possible and stuff like that. But yeah, long story short, guys, just a lot of toxicity in the community where people were just constantly bashing staff, even though we're putting in constant work into the server and stuff like that. So that was another thing. So a lot of staff were just wanting to leave, a lot of staff kind of just giving up on the whole project, people getting busy with school and stuff like that. I think if this project had dropped during the summertime, at the beginning of summer, it would have done really well, considering Raiders comp did really well. Even though we had a short launch period and we had only a few cash cups, it actually did really well. We blew up to almost 700 members just off of 2 months of operation, which is honestly pretty great. But long story short, guys, 1CL really had great potential. I honestly think, like I said, if it was ran in the summertime, it would have been huge. Probably would have hit 1,000 or something like that. But I just think the timing, all these factors and stuff like that, coinciding along with it, just really brought the project down in general. And unfortunately, it just didn't pan out the way that we wanted it to. There's just a lot of things that were also out of our control that we really couldn't control, like the inactivity and stuff like that. So long story short, guys, yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. And like I said, the main reason why I'm leaving, with 1CL ending, this was really the only thing tying me to the game, because the game is pretty dead. There's no new content to make on it. All the content ideas that I have in a folder all require the game to be updated. That's the thing too, is that I had a bunch of ideas for the new battle pass, and we got a copy and paste battle pass. So unfortunately, probably like 10 to like 12 different videos, or different video types were all scrapped because I couldn't do it, because it was no longer a new season, it was just a copy and paste. So unfortunately, you know, your boy kind of got screwed over on that. So I also have no content to post for the game or anything like that, unfortunately. At least in my book, .lol is just kind of dead. At least in my book, we're kind of back where we were back in April when I left that last time. And once again, guys, I'm going to be leaving And this is going to be probably a longer period of time, more than just a couple of months. So I really hope that the game really does improve and it does really well, and that it thrives and that the community comes back at some point. But as of right now, it's just not there, and I'm just truly not having fun on the game anymore at this point. So there's not anything outside of 1CL tying me to it anymore. Maybe I'll stop by and like play like a cup or two or something like that. Maybe I'll do like a video or two here and there, but right now, guys, it just seems like the beginning of the end, unfortunately. So yeah, that's pretty much the whole update. Oh, also, I did want to tell you guys I am going to be playing some more Fortnite content, which includes some competitive FNCS stuff. We're gonna try. Obviously, your boy's probably not gonna go crazy. We're not gonna qualify like for grands or anything like that. I mean, I hate to doubt myself, but just coming back for a season is not gonna do anything, especially with no prior FNCS placements besides like a round 2 qualification or something like that, like years ago. You know, that's just crazy thinking, unless we, you know, I don't know, a miracle happens and we go crazy. I don't know, something like that. But with trios announced, siphon back and stuff like that, I'm willing to give it a try. So if you guys want to watch that, that's going to be all streamed and recorded for content up on the channels and stuff like that. So anyways, boys, if you guys enjoyed today's video, don't forget to drop a like and sub. And for all my .lol viewers, until I see you next time, see you guys later. Guys.